Hello, welcome to day 2 of Trusting Your Visions. So, if this is the first time you're coming across one of these Trusting Your Visions videos, then I encourage you to go back to day 0, but especially day 1. Day 1, I went live on this Oracle Fest channel on YouTube, and we had this opening circle, opening ceremony, and set our intentions and felt clear, connected to the path ahead. So, I recommend that you go and check that out. But if you are along for the journey and you've arrived here right on time, then welcome to day 2. So, day 2 is about clearing the channel. And so, I have been watching myself today, just letting go of things that were taking up space in my mind, or old ways of thinking about the areas that I've chosen to keep in focus for the duration of this journey. And as well, I was using both water, taking a bath, and imagining everything cleansing off and really refreshing and resetting, starting anew. And a hot bath in this cold house also really makes a difference to how I'm feeling, if I'm feeling clear as well as movement. I went on a walk today, but I also am about to do a bit of a shaking practice as well. And I'm going to be doing some of my music, but I'll share that more on the Heart's Frontier. I got to keep these straight. Oracle Fest is where I'm teaching you and talking to you about what this day is about. And then Heart's Frontier is where I'm going to give you my personal reflections. So if you're not following that channel already, my YouTube Heart's Frontier is where I'm sharing my own personal journey through all of these. So today is really about addressing, where do you feel blocked? Where do you feel heavy? Where do you feel closed off energy, especially as it relates to any of the visions or intentions that you've set? But of course, it could just be anywhere. It could be like, oh, I've been feeling a little bit rigid or narrow-minded about this particular area or this decision that you're looking at doing. To clear your energy and to clear your channel is critically important. And you will need to do it more than simply today. I'm just instigating this by inviting a few practices that you might use for clearing your energy and therefore your channel. And the reason that we need to clear is because it is very easy to sort of have things like Velcro stick to us as we walk through our lives, because someone might toss out their pain and then it just hits us as we're walking by their house. We don't always know exactly where everything came from. Sometimes we do. Sometimes it's conditioning, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's wounds and things taking space in us. Allowing ourselves to feel clear, if you already work with others, you already know this, right? That you do need to feel a certain level of clarity or openness. And in one way, the shamans would used to call this the hollow bone. And so it's like you're really hollowing out, you're allowing yourself to empty. You empty and to allow spirits to come through and to allow mission, vision, intentions, everything to come through in that way. So to clear your energy, you can use movement, you can use shaking, you can use a rattle, you can use drums, you can use sound. I often will clap, or I'll kind of like clear my hands out like this. And you can also sweep. I do like a physical sweeping off of your body, anything that feels like it does not belong. You can use water, you can use fire to clear, you can use earth, you can put your hands on the earth, feel like you plug into the earth and you send everything into the earth that you don't need. You can even raise your hands up. Some people do that out of frustration. Ah, and it's, in a way, it's like we're actually just letting it go up. We're letting it leave us. Oh, the stress. It's almost like we do it subconsciously, or raising it up to the heavens, to air, to the clouds, to the space gods, whoever it is that you connect to. You may also invite your spirit guides or counsel or animals to help you with clearing your channel. You might also use smoke, incense, or burning, smudging herbs. Trying to go through all the different elements. I think I grabbed most of them. Let me know. Is there a way that I didn't? I'm sure there is. Is there a way that I didn't list that you can clear your channel? I guess there's the mind channel. I suppose you could clear the channel by scribbling or drawing or journaling out as well. In a way, it's sort of an emptying out of sorts for the people who it works with. If journaling isn't a part of your practice, I can't imagine that's really going to feel like it clears your channel, though, because I think a lot of people have the tendency to assess what they've written. But if you're just scribbling, drawing, or writing, and you're not actually going in and assessing it, that would be clearing. There's sort of a different way you have to approach if it is with writing. And as well as clearing the channel, this is also a week of setting up our foundations and preparing ourselves. So this is one that's actually been a real challenge for me, and I'll explain that over on the Heart's Frontier, but this is because I'm nomadic. That's why it's a challenge, because I'm always in different locations. The idea is to set up an altar or a sacred space. Setting up a home altar or a space, even a part of a wall or just a drawer of your night table in some way, if that's all you have, ideally it would be something you walk by and visually can interact with. Some people place it actually around their mirror if they have a bathroom to themselves, right? Because it's sort of, you're going to be facing and visiting it often. You might already have a home altar, which is so lovely. You might put it actually on your fireplace or something like that. So it really feels like it's quite a presentation, whatever it is you choose to do. I would love to see if you wanted to share that on social media. You can use the hashtag trust your visions or trusting your visions. I'm using them interchangeably. I don't know which one I'm going to land on, but trusting your visions or hashtag trust your visions. I'll check them both and see who's following from Oracle Fest. Tag Oracle Fest so that I see you actually. That would be easy as well. And I would love to see what your home altar space or your sacred space looks like. If you have never set up an altar space before and you're not really sure why, basically it's a point of contact for you. It's a point that reminds you visually and in physical form that you are on this journey. And so you may put photos there of beings that are important to you or ancestors who have passed on. You might put important items to you, nature items. You might put an element for earth, air, fire, water, spirit. You might put a couple things that are very special to you and meaningful to you on that altar. I love having feathers and rocks or stones and things with me. I tend to carry them around with me, even in my suitcase. But I will talk about how I'm working with this. Of course, if you are nomadic and you don't follow Heart's Frontier and you're not going to see my update, I will suggest that you carry a few items that you could make as your makeshift altar and that you set it up in some way in your new environments. Again, the items will be, it's not the space that will be it, but it was the items that will actually have this visual reminder for you. So I do keep a few by my desk. And that's often what I do is I make an altar, a sacred space around my desk because a lot of my work is sacred and it feels appropriate. And when I have a house soon one day, then I will also create a separate space that I can be with. So I encourage you all to do that if you're living in a home, which most of you probably are, unlike me. I am living in a home, but not my own home. Okay, and then your journal and your reflection question to hold in your heart and your mind for today is, where do I feel blocked or heavy, right? So use energy clearing practices at some point in your day today. Set up at least the beginnings of your home altar or sacred space, and then ask yourself internally, where do I feel blocked or heavy or closed off or guarded or rigid or jaded or whatever the things are, any of these resistance. This is starting the process of getting out of the way so we can allow ourselves to trust our intuition and our visions that much more certainly, that much more deeply. So enjoy day 2, and I will see you for day 3.